Hello and welcome to lesson 4.6, Solve Simple Interest Problems. Take a minute and pause the video and try and solve this problem as you're due now. Gerard compares the offers at two different banks to decide where he should open a savings account. At my bank, open a savings account will add $100 on your first deposit. When you open a savings account with us at New Bank, we'll add 5% to your first deposit to your account. Answer questions A, B, and C. Draw a representation to show how much would be the first savings account if Gerard initially deposited D dollars. Complete B and C. Well, here's an example. What did you come up with? Here's an example of a correct thing that somebody came up with. All right, so let's first review the key concept of simple interest. Simple interest represents a proportional relationship between the yearly interest and the principal or initial amount. The ratio of yearly interest to principal is the interest rate. So you have in this chart, it shows you years, it shows you the time, it shows you the principal, it shows you the yearly interest, simple interest, all right? So we're going to look at a couple problems. Let's look at example 1 to start. So example 1 says, find the simple interest. Victoria opens a savings account with a deposit of $300. She will earn 1.6% simple interest each year on her money. How much interest will she earn over 5 years, assuming she does not add or take any money out? So, here's what we have to do. First, I want you to look at the image that they give us. All right, so we're going to go back to using that percent equation to find the interest. So, right over here, we're going to use this equation, which is much like the equation we've been using for the past week or so. So we need to find the interest amount. In order to find the interest amount, we need to take the interest rate times the principal. So we need to take the interest rate, which they give us is 1.6%, and the principal amount or the starting deposit of $300. So we have to turn 1.6% into a decimal. So remember, we have to divide this by 100 or move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So we know we have 0.016 multiplied by 300. And when you type that in your calculator, you are going to come up with $4.80. Therefore, the simple interest earned on the principal in 1 year is $4.80. So at an interest rate of 1.6% on $300, you would earn a simple interest of $4.80. They show you over here in step 2 how to look at this on a number line, because the original question asks us how much will she earn over 5 years. Okay, so in order to find out how much she will earn in 5 years, we have to multiply what she's going to make each year by 5, which will give us an interest rate of $24 in 5 years. Now I want you to go ahead and try one. Pause the video and try this example. Victoria has another account at the bank that pays 2.5% simple interest. How much interest will she earn in 8 years on the initial deposit of $250, assuming she neither adds nor withdraws any money from the account? Use the equation and solve this. All right, that's right. So we have to take the percentage rate times the original amount. in order to find the simple interest. So, did you do that? Did you take 0.025 times 250 and get a simple interest for the first year of $6.25? If you did that, to find 8 years, you would take 625 times 8, which would give you $50. So, you would earn a simple interest of $50 in 8 years on $250 at 2.5%. All right. Example number 2. Find the percent of interest. So, Maya's older sister got a loan to buy a used car for $3,400. What is the interest rate on the loan? So, in order to find the interest rate on the loan, if you only pay $850 in interest, how are we going to figure this out? Well, you are going to, again, use the percent equation. All right. So the very first thing you have to do is you have to focus on this add. It says you pay $8.50 interest every month. So you have to first find how much interest you're going to pay in 1 year. So you have to take $8.50 and multiply that by 12, just like they did in step 1. Then you would come up with 102. Then you're going to use the percent equation to find the interest rate. So mind you, you're looking for the interest rate. You don't know the interest rate, but you do know how much interest you pay, and you do know the total loan amount. So you're going to plug in the total loan amount, $3,400, and you're going to plug in the interest rate, or the interest that we paid, 102. So looking at this equation right here, in order to solve this, you're going to use the opposite operation. This is multiplication, so you have to divide by the $3,400. Do it to both sides. When you do that, these 3,400s go away, and you come up with 0.03 equals your percent. Now you have to change your decimal to a percent by multiplying by 100. When you multiply by 100, you really move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So you would come up with a 3% interest rate for 1 year. So again, here's an example. Pause the video and try it on your own. Another company will lend Maya's older sister $4,000 every month. She will pay $11.88 in interest. What is the interest rate? Round to the nearest 0.1% for 1 year. What are you going to do first? That's right. The first thing that you have to do is you have to take the $11.88 and find out what you're going to pay in 1 year. So you have to multiply that by 12, which equals $142.56. So once you have found the total interest that you're going to pay, you're going to put $142.56 to the left of the equal sign. We're looking for the percentage rate that we are going to pay, and this is on a total loan of $4,000. So in order to solve this, opposite of multiplication is division, so we're going to divide both sides by 4,000. And when you divide this by 4,000, you should come up with 0.036, which again is a decimal. You have to multiply that by 100 to turn it into an actual percent. Remove the decimal place 2 places. So she would be paying an interest rate of 3.6% on this particular loan. Very good. Now, you can also find the principal amount, just like in example number 3 here. Jake opened a savings account that earned 1.5% interest. Jake estimates that assuming he neither adds nor withdraws money from his account, he will earn $240 in interest after 10 years. How much should Jake deposit when he opened the account? So all of these examples are using this exact same equation. You're just solving for different parts of the equation. So in this particular problem, you know the percentage of interest earned and you know how much interest he earned. So you're looking for the initial deposit. Okay, so you're going to change the 1.5% into a decimal and plug it in the equation. You're going to put the interest amount. Now, mind you, this is what you get for 10 years. So you have to divide 240 by 10 to figure out 1 year. Then you're going to use that number here in blue, which is 24. Then set up and solve the equation. Opposite of multiplication is division, so you divide by 0.015. So you find out that Jake deposited a total of $1,600 in his account originally when he took out the loan. All right, now pause the video and you try this one. Caitlin's older brother borrowed money for school. He took out a loan that charged 6% simple interest. He will end up paying $720 in interest after 6 years. How much did her brother borrow from school? So the first thing, that's right, you have to do is 720 divided by 6, which is going to give you, yes, 120. So he's paying $120 per year. Now we have to plug it in our equation. So our equation is the interest equals the percent or rate times the deposit. All right. So we have to change 6% into a decimal. So 0.06 times D, we don't know what that is, equals 120 because we figured out we pay 120 per year. So the opposite of multiplication is division, so we are going to divide both sides by 0.06. And when we do that, we should come up with D equals $2,000. So he originally borrowed $2,000 for school. That concludes our lesson.